Hi everyone, this is Aparna and I'm super excited to be hosting today's Trunk Show. Yes, we are back after a short break. I was personally on a short break and I hope that you're all having a wonderful weekend. Um, I missed you. I personally missed so many of you. We've been doing these trunk shows almost every week, the last few weeks. So, that little break seemed different. And we got a lot of messages from so many of you saying that you missed us too. And we also had a lot of requests pouring in to bring some of our collections. And two collections ranked pretty high on the request list. One was the Mysore Silks collection. It's been a while since we actually featured them on our trunk show. You know that during our trunk shows we have one or two featured collections where you showcase most of a meaningful collection of products from that set. And today we have a very nice collection of Mysore silks, from our very simple ones to our checkered ones, buttas, digital prints, embroideries, all the ones that you've been asking for. And another collection, that a lot of you requested for, and something that goes very well this season is our Ajraks on Modal silk, just like what I'm wearing. So we traveled far and wide to bring these to you. And I'm very happy, very excited because the collection has turned out to be really, really nice. And huge thanks to the team, who works behind the scenes. It's not easy to put these products together, but they work really, really hard to do so. And besides these, we also have our typical favorites, our staples, the Kanjivarams, which are very, very, very high on the list, are Banarsis, Ikats, Gadwals, linens, and a few other categories as well. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, our first featured collection for today is the Mysore silks, and I'm going to show you the saris that we're showcasing. Now, for those of you who are not very familiar with Mysore silks, the Mysore silk sari is absolutely one of a kind. It's very different from your typical silks, the Kanjivarams, the Banarsis. The fabric is very, very, very fluid. Now, this is something that was patronized by the royals of Mysore. So it's a very fluid, very nice fabric, and they patronized it for the right reasons. And it gives you a drape unlike any other, and it's very flowy, very light. It's got minimal zari work, and it really stands out. It's very flattering. And so let's move on to this particular collection. Now, a very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. Um, for folks who are familiar with the Shobitam Trunk Show, you know the drill. For those of you who are new, the way it works is I'll be showcasing many products today, and all the products that I'm showcasing today are available on this very special page on our website, and the page is shobitam.com/live. And there's only so many saris, so many products that I can showcase at a time. So every other product that is not being showcased but actually got released today as part of the Trunk Show collection is also available on this page, shobitam.com/live. Now, we don't post prices, we just post the links. But when you click the link, you will get the prices in your currency, you'll get pictures, you'll get to see additional pictures, description, details, and so much more. So, on that note, let's finally get started. So here is our very first Mysore silk sari, and look at this, isn't it? Ooh la la. So it's an off-white, red, and gold, a very classy combination, and it's a very new design. The top half has got vertical stripes, very ornate stripes. Take a close look. So these are not just regular stripes; these are very ornate stripes, and between the stripes you have these buttas. And take a look at this half border. So half of the sari on the top has stripes, and the lower half has these checkered zari design and also these buttas. And look at this fancy border. Now, typically, Mysore silk saris come with very minimal zari detailing, and that's your very classic Mysore silk sari. These are the more fancier, trendy ones, and this is a very new design. This is a design that we've not showcased before, and the color combination, the design, everything about the sari clearly stands out. And look at the fancy pallu. So this is your Banarsi inspired paisley pallu, super gorgeous. Now, typically you have the zari stripes pallu, the very minimal classy pallu. So for Mysore silk standards, it's actually pretty grand. And when you drape the sari, you can see how well it flows. It's very easy to do the pleats. Very manageable. The sari is very manageable. You can wear it for, a really long time and still feel very comfortable. So, that's the beauty, that's the charm of your Mysore silk sari. So here is the first sari in a classic off-white red and gold combination with a very grand pallu. And here is the blouse piece. Now, we are always very excited to showcase saris to you. These saris just came in. These are just off the loom. And that is the reason why the saris are not finished yet. But don't worry, every Shobitam sari is shipped ready to wear, which means all Shobitam saris are ready to wear with fall done, with pico done. All silk saris have tassels as well, so you don't have to worry about it. And if you want blouse stitching, we can do blouse stitching as per your size, your choice of pattern, as long as the fabric permits. So here is the very first sari. And as I'm showcasing this, the links are being posted on Facebook. If you're watching this live show, the Trunk Show on Instagram, we will post the code. And all you have to do is plug in that code on the shobitam.com website, and the saris, the products will pop up. So here is the very first sari. All right, let's see what's next. The next, like I said, is your classic Mysore silk sari. Look at this. Very minimal yet stand out. So that's the elegance aspect of it. And here is a lovely Ananda blue, which is your blue with a turquoise shade with a yellow. So a classic Ananda blue with a yellow combination, minimal zari stripes. This is your reticule border or your two line zari borders with a gap in between. And this is the pallu that I was talking about. The very minimal, just the basic zari lines. And look at how fluid the drape is, how beautifully it, goes around you. So here is your next sari. The link and the code is being posted. The next one is the rust, a very, very hot, trendy shade this season. And it's a rust with a maroon border, plain body. And look at the stunning combination. Understated, yet stand out. So here is the pallu. And this combination is perfect for the fall season. So here is your next sari. See how beautifully it goes around you. And here is the pallu. All right. Here is a gorgeous deep emerald green. And it's got two-tone zari border, blue and a maroon. And look at the buttas. Again, a new design, a design that we've not showcased before. Look at the zari detailing, the beautiful ornate peacocks, the zari buttas, and the lines. And let's see what the pallu looks like. So here is the pallu in a very bold royal blue shade. And this is how this particular sari drapes like. And Mysore silk is also all about colors, your vibrant colors. Look at this. Look at the beautiful stack border on the top, the stack border on the bottom. So it will really look very beautiful when you have the pleats. And imagine you walking around in this. So very pretty border, very fancy one. And here is your next sari. The link is being posted. A very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. This is the Shobitam Trunkshow, and we are featuring Mysore silks and your Modal silks today. And we are right now on our Mysore silks. The Ganda Berunda. Now, Mysore silk, Mysore, as you know, is a city in the state of Karnataka, and the Ganda Berunda is the state bird of Karnataka. So, very symbolic. And this motif is actually very, very popular these days for many reasons. Many celebrities are sporting it. And we actually had this design before, and it was completely sold out. Many of you loved it and asked for more, which is why we have it again. So here is a beautiful royal blue, a deep royal blue color with a beautiful Ganda Berunda border, bold and beautiful Ganda Berunda border. And here is the sun. Very pretty standout sun. Next up is a checks design. Now I showed you the first one, which was off-white, which was an off-white and red. Exact same concept, but here is some mango yellow, like a mango yellow mustard shade with a deep green, like a bottle green color contrast. And look at this closely, how beautiful it is. Look at this. And because this side is heavier, it actually flows better. So when you pleat it, when you walk around, it really flows very nicely. And here is the grand pallu. And this particular sari drapes like this. And this is multiple layers. A single layer will drape even more beautifully. Now, the weight of the sari, the grams per meter, all of that information is in the listing. So here is your next sari. Moving on, a gray. For those of you who love subtle shades, gray is a favorite of mine as well. So here is a beautiful gray sari with gold work. It's got buttas. So I didn't show you a sari with rich buttas all over. And look at the fancy pallu. Fancy borders and fancy pallu. And this particular sari drapes like this. So here is the sari. Look at how elegant, how beautiful this sari is. And here is the pallu. Oh yes, what is the code for today? So every trunk show, we have a special code that you can avail to get a special discount. And the code for today, because Thanksgiving is right around the corner, the code for today is Thanksgiving. So that's the code for today. One word, Thanksgiving. Here. Okay. Moving on. I showed you the basic saris, saris with buttas, saris with checks, self saris. Now, we have many, many more saris that are actually released. Due to time constraints, there's only so much that I can showcase. And this is just a small sample set. So if you go to this page, shobitam.com/live, you'll see the entire drop of saris and other products that got released today. And that's not all. If you want to check out our entire entire Mysore Silks collection, go to shobitam.com/Mysore Silk. And there you'll see every Mysore Silk sari that's currently available. Check this out. This is, I absolutely love this. It's an ombre brocade. Very subtle ombre. Look at this. So it's light on top. And look at the mild gradient. You can't even see the difference. So it just goes from a lighter shade to a darker shade. And it's also got a very nice floral brocade. Get this closely. Very nice, very elegant floral brocade. And a beautiful pallu. And the blouse color is typically the pallu color. And look at this sari. Like I said, the ombre is very subtle. So look at this. Look at the lovely gradient from the light to a darker shade. So here is your sari. And this concept is so beautiful, which is why we have 5 colors. I'm going to showcase 2 more, and then the others are actually on the website. So here is the first one in a lovely rose, from a blush to a lovely rose. And I'm going to show you 2 more. Check this out. This is a green, a sage, from a light to a dark. And the contrast, this one actually has a beautiful contrast. And look at this. Look at this. From a light to a dark, and yet it's very subtle, very, very subtle. And then the next one is blue. Look at this blue, from a light to a dark. Oh, it's so pretty. And this is the contrast. And I'm going to show you how this one drapes. It feels like the gradient in the ocean. Look at the light to a dark. Very pretty, right? And then the brocade, the mild muted brocade, really adds to the charm of the sari. So here is your next sari, a gorgeous pallu and a contrasting blouse piece. Okay, digital prints, it is next. And by the way, like I said, we have 5 colors. I showcased 3. There's also a beautiful ivory to a butter yellow. It's very charming. And then we have 1 more. Moving on to digital prints. Now, these are digital print on Mysore silk saris. And look at the beautiful hummingbird, and floral design. And I believe this is like a 80 GSM sari. And here is the sari when it is draped. It's very light, very beautiful, very fluid. And your classic pallu. And here is the blouse piece. So here is your next sari. Take a close look. I love the hummingbirds. I love hummingbirds in general. So here is the hummingbird and floral sari. Okay, another one, also a green. We have a few floral prints, digital floral prints today. We also have beautiful designs like your pitch white designs with Krishna and others. And do check them out. I don't have them with me right now, but they are very beautiful designs as well. So here is one, also like a light mint green, but this one comes with like a cocoa color border, a light cocoa color border. And look at this beautiful contrast, the zari detailing, the white zari detailing. And this is how this particular sari drapes. I'm going to show you, this is 2 layers, so you can imagine what a single layer would be like. So here is the sari. So here is the sari. I really love the white border on top. So here it is. Okay. You asked for embroidered saris, and so it's embroidered saris next. Like I said, we have many, many more saris that got released today because they're all very popular. And what I'm showcasing is just a small sample set because we have so many other categories waiting to be showcased. Look at this charm. Off-white with a 2-tone border, green, and a mauve. And look at the machine embroidery, floral embroidery along both sides of the zari border. Classic pallu. And this is how this particular sari drapes. So it's got embroidery in all prominent parts of the sari. I really love this. As I see the sari on screen, it looks very charming to me. What do you all think? So here is your next sari. Look at how beautiful the drape is. So here is your next sari with a lavender pallu. Next one is a heavier one. This one's got a brocade. It's a royal blue with muted floral brocade. And there's a zari border, there's a floral design, and there's cutwork. Look at the cutwork. See the cutwork? And this is like really wide. The top side is just the zari. And this is how this beautiful sari drapes. Look at the florals. Look at the pallu. A really, really rich pallu. Look at how it glitters. And the zari, like I said, is muted, so it's not too loud. And here is your next sari. And this embroidery detailing adds a contemporary touch to it. So here is your next sari. And we have many, many more embroidered saris. Check this out. A different design, same concept, different design. Here. And I'm going to quickly show you how the sari drapes. It's a popular teal green or your Rama green color. And look at the beautiful floral design. So when you actually have this part over, it looks super gorgeous. Okay. Along the same lines, I'm going to show you two Dupion raw silk saris with floral embroidery. Now we had this the last time we showcased this collection, and you asked for more. So here are two new colors. So these are nice florals. Some are, so the beauty of it is they're not the same width, right? Here you have this much, this much, this much, and this much. And this is the surprise element. It's got an ikat pallu, ikat blouse piece, and look at this. Very, very unique sari, very beautiful sari. So here is your next one. Along the same lines, now that had embroidery along the border. This one has floral embroidery motifs all over in a lovely cross-stitch design. Look at this. Lovely cross-stitch design. And again, a ravishing ikat pallu, ikat blouse piece. There's so many elements, right? So many surprise elements to the sari. One, it's all natural, raw silk, silk mark certified. It's got floral embroidery all over in a cross-stitch design, muted gold tissue borders, ikat pallu, ikat blouse piece. So looks very noble. And here is the sari when it is straight. Yeah. So I showed you both variations. I showed you the one with floral embroidery along the borders, and this one has embroidery, buttas all over. So that's our first collection, and I'm going to show you our next collection, which is our ajraks on Modal silk. So let me bring that. All right, so here are some super stunning Modal silk saris with ajrak, with indigo print, and they are very gorgeous. And we have a whole new batch. This is just a sample set, and I'm super excited to showcase this collection. So let's get started with the indigo. Now this is your pure indigo dye hand block print on pure Modal silk saris. Now, did you know that Modal silk is actually vegan? It's a plant-based fabric. It's super comfortable. If you're not familiar with it, it's very comfortable, very nice to the touch. It's got that satiny texture to it. And this print, the earthly indigo print, hand block print, adds a very nice, unique, natural charm to it. So here is the very first sari. And look at this. And then, like I said, this is just a sample to show you how it drapes, how it looks like, how it feels like. Look at this. And then we have many more similar saris in that collection. So this is a pure indigo hand block print on Modal silk. Look at the pallu. It's a very novel design. And look at the body. And like I said, Shobitam saris are ready to wear. So you see the fallen piku done. And here is the sari. The link is being posted. The next one is your Modal silk. Now we've got fresh batch of just 4. Now these saris are very hard to make. They're all completely handmade. So the next collection is actually the black and white series. And I'm going to showcase 2. There are 2 more on the website. So it's ajrak with just black and white colors. And look at this one. It's ajrak. Look at this. Because with white, it's very hard to get white that is pristine. And look at this. Black with buttas, big buttas, small buttas. And I have personally always loved the bold black and white look. So here is, and as I'm saying this, I'm recollecting all the black and whites that I've had over the years. So here is a black and white sari, all natural with handmade ajrak print, completely block printed on the sari. So here is the first one. Like I said, there are four. This is the first. The link is being posted. The second one is this. Look at this. So the previous one had buttas. This is an all over jal design. And this one has a contrasting blouse piece. Look at this. Stunning contrast, black and white. Look at this. And it comes with a red pallu. So this one has a contrasting red pallu for a pop of color. And here is your next sari. Now the one that I'm wearing, we have one more of this in a different color combination. So the one that I'm wearing has a little bit of blue. There is another one where you can see it on the shobitam.com website. So here it is. I really love this because it's got tiki work, the small discs that look like mirrors. The problem with real mirrors is they really weigh you down because they add to the weight of the sari. They really weigh you down. So these tiki work is done using the small thin discs and it's completely hand done. So all of these are secured using hand stitches and they glitter. They have that nice glitter to them. And then we have a few saris in this particular collection as well. This one is very interesting. It's your ajrak sari in a deep maroon. And then look at this. We added these Kutch work appliques. So this one comes in the front chest area where the sari is prominent. And then the pallu has three more. And these are real mirrors. You can see the weight. You can see how it's glittering, right? And this is our own design. We made it in-house. And look at this beautiful sari in a deep maroon with a jal design all over and this off-white applique with mirrors in the front and mirrors in the pallu. So here is your next sari. Okay. And these sticky work saris, I really, really love them. You'll see many more of these on the website. And look at this, I just want to take a moment to show you how charming this sari is. It's like little stars glittering in the night sky and then framed by beautiful borders, completely hand block printed. This is a jamon. Look at this wide border. There's ivory, there's Prussian blue, and a really wide skirt border with red and ivory colors. Very beautiful sari. These are very unique prints. These will not come back. So each of the saris that I'm showcasing today in this particular collection are, each one is one of a kind. And I really love this. I was actually debating between wearing this and this for today's Trunkshow. So here is the next sari. It's a very charming sari. How many of you have actually seen a sari like this? So it's a very beautiful, very standout sari. In pure Modal silk, the fabric feels very nice to the touch. The next one is your sari with your tiki work, ari work. If you're, following us on social media, you would have seen that I wore a very, very similar sari in one of our reels last week. Look at this beautiful sari. And, if you watch that reel closely, you will see how beautiful this sari is. It drapes so nicely. It's very flowy. And then the tiki work, It's not too loud, and it adds that glitter to it. It adds the jazz to that sari without making it, too loud. So here is a beautiful sari in your very popular brick red and indigo colors, and lovely ari work completely done by hand. And we have this in two, three different designs, similar combinations, but different designs. We have one with a black contrast, a brick red with a black contrast. And here is your next sari. Now, speaking of social media, here is a little poll. Whoever wins the poll as in whoever answers this poll correctly first on Facebook, and whoever answers this poll correctly on Instagram will get a special gift from us. So here is the question. We did a trunk show announcement reel 2 days back. And if you're following this closely, you'll know this answer really well. What mode of transportation was actually showcased in that particular reel? Here are your options. Option A, boat. Option B, helicopter. Option C, train. Option D, bicycle. So let's see who gets this right. So again, the question is, we posted the trunk show announcement reel 2 days back. And which mode of transportation was actually showcased in that? Option A, boat. Option B, helicopter. Option C, train. Option D, bicycle. Let's see who gets that right. All right, so next sari in this collection is your Vanaspati print. Vanaspati is your plant, and all the dye, all the colors that you see are plant pigments. There are no artificial dyes whatsoever. And look at this beautiful earthly lavender color. It's very charming. Actually, to be honest, the third sari on the list, for today that I was considering was this one. I really love the color. And look at this work. These saris are made in house. The work happens in house. Our karigar makes them. And look at this beautiful sari brought to life. The dazzling pallu with katana, with your tiki work and sequins, and the work here in the front. So here is the sari, and there's work here also because this part is also quite prominent. And look at this. Absolutely one of a kind. So here is your next sari. The link is being posted. Okay. So next up is our saris from Bengal. Our next collection, featured collection. We usually try to restrict it to two, but then we are so excited because this collection is very, very, very beautiful. These are very lightweight, pure silk saris, either Bishnupuri or Tassa saris, and they come with such fascinating prints. So I'm going to showcase this lovely collection. And look at this. This is what is actually coming up. If you could open that, please. Okay. Speaking of black and white, look at this black and white sari. And this is pure Bishnupuri silk. Very, very, very lightweight. These must be like 400 grams. Look at the stunning pallu. A plain body flanked by, standout geometric borders. And I'll take that. Thank you. Look at this. Very lightweight, pure silk. It's pure silk. You can feel the texture. And, once you actually see pure silks, touch pure silks, feel pure silks, you won't appreciate, other kinds of silks, the artificial silks, because there is something very magical about pure silks. And the reason why I say this is you see a lot of brands out there, infiltrated. The market is actually infiltrated with counterfeit silks, but branded as pure. And we don't do that. Every silk sari that is branded as pure silk comes Silk Mark certified. We actually work very closely with that organization, and our standards are very, very high when it comes to authenticity. So here is a beautiful Bishnupuri pure silk sari made in Bengal, and a lovely a very bold color contrast and geometric design. So here is your next sari. Same sari for red lovers. I love red. So here, this is a tussar and same print, different fabric. So tussar has that nice matte texture to it, and that's the rustic charm of tussar. And look at the blouse piece, look at the pallu, and look at the body. It's the exact same design as the earlier one, but the reason why I'm showcasing is the fabric is different. That is Vishnupuri silk, which is much softer. It has more luster. This one has a matte texture and it's a little bit more crisp. And each one has its own charm. This is red, that was black. So here is your next sari. Moving on, we're going to show you some prints. This is a kalamkari style print on Vishnupuri silk. Look at this stunner. Very charming, right? Look at this. And here is the sari. You can see how lightweight it is. And these saris are perfect for any weather. And because they're all natural. And this is the contemporary blouse piece design with stripes. And here is your sari. I really like the coral red contrast. It frames the sari very beautifully. And here is your next sari. For those of you who are just joined in, who joined in after I gave the discount code, the code for today is Thanksgiving. One word. Thanksgiving is the code for today to avail a special discount on your purchase. But hurry, it's a limited time offer only. Next one is a very beautiful ivory and deep blue and indigo color inspired by your blue pottery designs. Look at this. And just to add a pop of quirky charm, it's got a gota lace border. It's got a gota lace border. And this is how this beautiful sari drapes. I love bold prints. This is a very bold, very contrasting print. And look at this. Very, very charming sari. Moving on. Batik it is next. Now these are all saris that are made in Bengal. And batik is actually very popular in Bengal. This is wax batik. So the sari is actually resist dyed using wax. So wherever there is wax, it doesn't take the dye. And look at this beautiful black sari. And this is the border. Look at this stunning pallu. Very charming pallu with so many large florals. And it's a double pallu, which means the pallu is not just behind your shoulder, but drapes all the way to the front, all prominent parts of the sari. And then the rest of the sari has this batik print and a skirt border. So very pretty sari, very bold sari, and lightweight, very comfortable sari. Completely natural, not just the fabric being natural, but the entire art form is also handmade. So here is your next handmade beauty. Next one is a kalamkari style print, also in Vishnupuri silk. And this comes with a pitchwai pallu with Srinathji. Look at this. Srinathji and Gopikas. Beautiful lotus design in the pallu and very beautiful contrast against a mustard. So it's got your pitchwai Nandi, your lotus motifs, and a lovely Srinathji and Gopika pallu in a very vibrant combination, like a mustard yellow against a maroon. And for a pop of quirky charm, it's got this lace border. So here is your next sari. The link is being posted. Next one is a mint green. And this one is also a pitchwai design. Look at this. Look at the large motifs, the bull motifs. Krishna loved grazing cows. So, that's what all pitchwai saris or pitchwai motifs have. themes of Krishna. So here is a beautiful design, and look at the lotus motifs along the border and this lace border to frame the sari. So here is your next sari, very pleasing color and gorgeous pallu, standout pallu. Moving on, this time it's a turquoise blue, a very popular desi color. You know, we tend to have a weakness for this color. So many of us, I do. And look at this kalamkari style sari. And look at this. Look at this. Very lightweight, very pretty, framed by these floral wine borders. And here is your sari. Very lightweight, very pretty, all natural. This time it's a red, a lovely red, like an orange red scarlet color, and a teal contrast. Look at this. Your Nandi design. Look at the bulls, 4 bulls here, and standout pallu. And look at the sari, how beautifully it drapes. I think this is going to really stand out this season. The beauty of fall and winters is pictures come out really well because the light is diffused and red really stands out so beautifully. And here is the sari. And it comes with a contrasting Rama green. I want to show you the blouse piece. Here is the blouse piece. And all Shobitam saris will be shipped out with the blouse piece separated, with the piku done, fall done. So, you know, you have one less thing to worry about. And then, many of you, so many of you get your saris pre-stitched from us, which means that the sari is pre-draped as per your measurements, your height. You know, if you're wearing heels, we take into account that as well. So you don't have to worry about, you know, draping it. It's completely done. You just wear it like a wraparound and put the pallu on your shoulder. And you're done in less than a minute. A lot of you are opting for it. And if you've not tried it, you may want to. Here is the next sari. It's a royal blue. And look at the stunning pallu. Thin band of gold lace trim to define the edges. And here is the sari. Very, very, very pretty sari. And then if you go to the link, this is the body of the sari, a rich royal blue with florals framed on the edges. And if you go on our website, you'll see additional pictures, you'll see the prices. Many of you asked for prices during the show, and all the links are posted. The reason why we don't give out the prices, because we can't give the price in any one currency. You know, you're watching it from different places. So when you click on the link, you'll see the price in your currency. So here is the next sari. Okay, so our next collection today is going to be our favorite. So many of you love our Kanjivarams, so it's going to be Kanjivarams. And then we have a fresh batch of pen kalamkari, so I'm going to bring that next. Here is the lovely, stunning Kanjivaram collection that's coming up now. And again, like I said in the previous sets too, this is just a small sample set. The full collection is on this page, shobitam.com/live, which is all the Kanjivarams, all the products that are showcased that are actually released today. And then our complete Kanjivaram section is on this page called shobitam.com/Kanjivaram. So on that note, let's look at these stunning, all new designs. So these are new designs. Check this out. Such a pretty combination. Look at the Lehariya design. There are actually 2 colors. It's your Lehariya Rangkart design on a Kanjivaram. And look at the maroon borders, Meenakari detailing, muted zari, and looks very beautiful, very standout, very novel. Top side border is exactly the same as the lower one. So you have a dazzling effect, not just on the top, but on the bottom as well. And look at how generously Kanjivaram saris are woven. So this is your typical Kanjivaram handloom sari. Now, if you're wondering, oh my God, the sari is coming all the way to the here, how do I wear it? So that's where your pre-stitching option comes. We can get these saris pre-stitched for you so they don't bulk you up here at the waist. And for those of you who are taller, you love the kanjivarams because they are so generous when it comes to the width. And here is the first beautiful hand-woven pure silk kanjivaram collection. Look at this. Very, very beautiful pallu. Very rich pallu. And these muted zari borders are in. Look at the blouse piece. Look at the pallu. And look at this. Look at this. Very standout design. And look at this. Many of you are very, very comfortable in your kanjivarams. They may be white, they may be whatever, but you love them. You love them. And this is a very beautiful, all new design. And, you can just see, on the screen, you cannot go wrong with the sari. It is a stunner. It is a stunner in so many different regards. So here is your very beautiful first Kanjivaram sari of the day. Next one is a purple. And look at this. It's got your mythical yali motif, your parrot motif, all so intricately designed. Look at this. So your berunda is here, your jhumka motifs are here, your yali design is here, your parrot is here, your chariot is here. There's so much here, but yet they blend and come in together. So tightly woven together. Very intricate, yet so tight. And it comes with a patola design border, equal width border for a dazzling effect on the bottom and top. And look at the combination. And here is how the sari drapes. I'm not going to open it fully because these saris are very difficult to fold back. Look at the pallu, the very rich pallu. And look at the stunning sari, very stunning. Now, we are very, very thoughtful when it comes to the zari. It's not your bright gold zari, that look very gaudy. These are your muted zari, especially when you have a lot of brocade work. So here is your next sari in pure silk kanjivaram. Next one is the exact opposite combination. So if you're sisters, if you're friends, if you're like a mom-daughter duo, then you can go for the purple with blue. And here's the exact opposite of a blue, a turquoise blue with a purple contrast. Look at this. White zari borders, equal zari borders. Look at the patola design. Look at this Annapakshi, which has the face, the beak of a swan, the plumage of a peacock, and the rich Kanjivaram pallu. It is completely hand woven, pure silk, muted zari. And here is your next very, very standout, very novel Kanjivaram. So this really brings the best, the classic elements of your Kanjivaram in a more contemporary design. So it really has the classic and the contemporary in one. So here is your next very pretty sari. Blouses. We make our blouses in-house. If you have any specific requirements, see how we actually did the blouse for what I'm wearing, how we made it come together. We've added some mirror work to it so it matches with the sari. We can do all of those customizations for you. So if you want handwork, if you want sardosi work, if you have something very, very specific in mind, don't worry. At Shobitam, we can actually make it a reality for you. So here is your next sari. Okay. Vairosi, if you love Kanjivarams, you need to have a Vairosi in your closet. And here is your beetle nut color. Beetle nut color, look at this. It's called the pak color in Tamil. And it's a deep brown, a rich brown shade. And look at the zari lines. Vairam is actually diamonds, so they actually sparkle like diamonds. And Usi is your needle, so their zari is actually so thin. And there is silk, there is zari, beautifully woven together along the entire length of the sari. And then you have your Mail Chakram heritage buttas, and look at the very classy borders. And look at the sari, very, very premium, very beautiful, completely hand woven. And this is your morning evening borders. The top side border is narrow, it's your morning border. This is your evening border. And it's a beautiful heritage piece. So here is a stunning Bairosi sari. Soft silks. Soft silks are lighter saris, also pure silk, Kanjivaram, and then these are also 100%. So the saris that I'm showing, the soft silk saris that I'm showing, are 100% handloom. If you want weaver videos, we can share them. And I love this combination. Look at this. It's your Ananda blue, your teal blue, with a red skirt border. The checks gives it a novel touch. And look at the buttas for sparkle. And the top side is just a plain tissue border. And look at the stunning one. And this is a sari that you cannot go wrong with. It's very lightweight, very comfortable. And here is your next sari. Along the same lines, look at this. Same loop, different combination. So this is your navy blue with your reddish pink. So the other one was a red, and this is a navy blue with a reddish pink, like a coral color. And this is how this beautiful sari tapes. Look at this. So a navy blue, red, classic contrast. Soft silk kanjivaram with white zari border. Now, checks are in. They're not suddenly in. Checks have always been in vogue. And here is your beautiful sari. It's like a butter yellow and blue. And when the two colors mix, when yellow and blue mix, it has a green hue to it. So here is the sari. Look at it. It's actually yellow and blue, but it's looking green because of the two colors coming together. And the entire sari is like this. The pallu is a surprise here. Beautiful, right? So the pallu completes the look. It's a borderless sari. It feels like it's running fabric, and then the pallu finishes it. It gives it a grand finish, and the pallu is completely thread. There's no zari. So this is your threadwork butta pallu in a contrasting red, and here is the blouse piece. So very unique sari. Here is your sari. Lately, we've been getting a lot of requests for blouse stitching for corporate events. And it's very encouraging because you're wearing these saris, very far away from your homeland, and you're wearing it with so much pride. So it really encourages us. We feel very good. And yeah, that just came to my mind, so I thought I'd share that. Here is the next soft silk sari. It's a black, small buttas, lightweight sari, and a green contrast, an emerald green, a deep emerald green contrast. Thin borders for those of you who prefer thin borders, and a lovely black and green and gold. And this is how this particular sari looks like. Now, at Shobitam, it's not just your Kanjivarams. We are also into our fusion saris, because when you have a fusion, a Jugalbandi sari, you combine the best of two in one, and it is a product, it is a sari unlike any other. And all our Jugalbandi saris are only one of a kind. Nobody can replicate them. So there's only one you in this entire universe. There's only one Jugalbandi sari of each kind. So here is your Jugalbandi sari with your chikankari, full jal handwork with your Kanjivaram. And a stunning contrast, it's your royal blue. Look at this, royal blue with a peach contrast. Now this is your pallu. The pallu will be finished with tassels before it's shipped out. And look at this. Look at this sari. This is the pallu, and this is the front of the sari with full chikankari work done by hand and a grand contrasting border that adds a pop of color, and the Kanjivaram element shines through. So here is your next sari. This is the blue blouse piece. Next up is a fresh batch of kalamkari saris. Now, kalamkari saris are harder to make this time of the year because it's been raining very heavily. In Kalahasti, in Sri Kalahasti, where our artisans are, where these saris are traditionally made. So it's been raining really hard. So it's really slowed down. So whatever saris that you see, that have seen the light of day, they are really worth taking. They are very beautiful. They come out very nicely. And that's the collection that's going to come up next. So let me go bring those saris. Look at these kalamkari saris that have just come in. So kalamkari, it is next. And we're going to start with this beautiful Kanjivaram. These are pure silk Kanjivarams. And look at this stunning sari. Look at this. And this is your Sita Rama coronation. Look at how grand it is. Just this size painting, let's say a wall mural, is a piece of art, a really, really remarkable piece of art. And then this is on pure silk Kanjivaram, and it goes all 6 yards. Look at this. So your next scene is so this was your Sita Ram coronation. Look at how intricate the work is. Take a close look. Look at this. And look how the devtas are actually blessing them. And then here is your dazzling pallu. Your next scene is your Swayamvar scene of how Lord Rama actually broke the bow. And look at Sita with the garland. And look at how magnificent the work is. Look at how the colors have turned out to be. And then you have these flowers. And this design, all the kalamkari designs that I'm showcasing were actually designed in-house. So you will not see these designs anywhere else, guaranteed, unless they get copied. And even if they get copied, you cannot get this quality of work. Look at the shading. Look at the facial features. Look at all the different color faces. There's a lot of emphasis on the details, and these are made by award-winning artisans. So really confident of the work. Look at the bow design, the Shankh Chakram on the ends, and look at this. This is how this beautiful sari drapes like. So here is the sari. I'm really proud, super proud of how this has turned out to be. And it really speaks, about the artisans, who are the force behind it. Look at the number of motifs, I really cannot stop talking about the sari. There's not one human motif, not two, not three, not four, not 10, but so many. Look at this. Really, really an exotic piece of art. So here is your next sari. And there are many of you who do not prefer, God motifs in the lower part of the sari, in the pleats area. So we do not do motifs there. We do not do God motifs there. We do florals here. And then after the pleats area comes your human motifs, the God motifs. So here is your stunning sari, one of a kind sari. The link is being posted. Next one is a Georgette sari. This is your Banarsi Georgette sari with pen kalamkari work. And like I said, these are all designs that were made in-house. Look at this. Have you seen a sari like this? I don't think so, because everything from the color combination to the arch design, the details were all done in-house. Here is your grand Banarsi Georgette pallu. This is your pure Banarsi Georgette sari. Look at the alfi work with your gold and silver muted zari. And look at this stunning, one of a kind, very flowy sari in pure pen kalamkari. Now, if you're not familiar with pen kalamkari, let me tell you this. So there is a residual smell. These saris are completely made. They're boiled in buffalo milk. They are subject to a lot of moderns. They are put out in the sun. So there is a residual smell that's very, very characteristic of it. This is not a defect. It is not old stock. But, that's the beauty of the pen kalamkari. It's very natural. And, if you appreciate authentic, genuine things, you will appreciate the smell of the sari too. So here is your very beautiful pen kalamkari on pure Banarsi Georgette, and it's such a stunner. Here is your next sari, and it comes with this pink blouse piece. Now, some of you tell us, you're looking for pen kalamkari, authentic pen kalamkari saris, but on a budget. And here is the solution for that. So this sari is made in Bangalore silk. So the price point is much lower than your regular mulberry silk. And here is a pitch white design. Look at the beautiful cows in different colors. And look at this Srinathji Pallu. This was also designed in house, the Srinathji Pallu. Look at the color contrast, the olive green. I chose an olive green because it's very rare, not very usual. And the blue really pops out against the olive green color. And it also looks natural. And then you have these lotus motifs. So here is your pitch white design. And because it's Srinathji, we have these cows here. And a beautiful blue. Here is the next sari in Bangalore silk. Next one. Look at this stunning Kanjivaram, pure silk Kanjivaram. And take a look at this breathtaking sari. Look at the pallu. We visited our artisans in Srikalahasti a few months ago. I think this was a few episodes back, if you've seen. Look at this. Very, very pretty. Look at this. Krishna and Gopikas. And actually, it's the same design, same concept as the other one, but it is a different color combination. So your Sita Rama here, and then look at the colors. Look at the colors on this one. This is a purple border, and this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. It just stunningly transitions to this scene. Look at the color combination, and then finally you have the florals against a peach background, and it comes with a purple contrast. And then we have this orange border. Look at this floral sari. I really love how this has turned out to be as well. This is inspired by pottery designs. And look at this. So it's got different panels. And look at how beautifully the colors have come out together. So this is your Turkish pottery designs. Look at this. And design inspirations from around the world on a pure Kanjivaram. And it's been very nicely rendered. Look at this. Look at this. So there's a blue background, there's like a peach background, and the quality of the sari is amazing. So here is your next sari, and the full sari has this pattern. So if you're looking for something very different, very standout, you have this sari. I'm going to show you one more before we move on to our next section. Here is an orange border sari. And this one has your Adishesha and then Lord Vishnu. Here, look at this actually this way. Look at this. Look at this. Like I said, these are all made in house, so you won't see these designs. And it's got, look at this, your Ashtalakshmi. Your Ashtalakshmi or your 8 forms of Lakshmi. Look at the different colors. And then, like I said, you have the florals. And this is an orange orange contrast. So again, that also looks very different because you don't see a lot of orange borders in your classic pen kalamkari. So everything from the sari weaving, the color contrast, the design, the decoration colors, they've all been done in-house. So here is your next very, very standout sari. And next up is our collection with your satin trim and velvet borders, which were a big hit the last time we showcased them. You wanted more, so we brought new colors. So here is a reddish pink, and it's a plain sari. It's a plain sari, your crepe sari, your satin crepe. This is your synthetic satin crepe. It's got a lace trim on the three sides, and it's the blouse that really pops out. So here is the sari, and these have been very, very popular the last time. The entire collection was sold out. Look at this. So the blouse does the stocking, it really stands out, and the sari is very muted, very understated. But look at this. It looks very charming. The ensemble looks very charming. So here is your next sari. I'm just going to quickly show you the colors without opening. Okay. So we have some beautiful colors. We have two shades of purple. This is your reddish purple. It is a warmer tone. And this is your, more cooler tone. And this is like your eggplant color. Look at the beautiful purple blouse piece, really stand out. And take a look at this one. So see how the sari is plain, but the blouse really adds to the beauty of it. It's got buttas and then the satin trim to finish the look. And then we have a black. How can we not have a black? So we have a black. And here is the black. So I just want to quickly show you what the black looks like. I'm going to open this because this steals the show. So here is your next sari. And we also showcased these saris, which were also very popular. So I'm just going to show you one color today, which is your beautiful purple. And then we also have two other colors, I believe. So you'll see them on the shobitam.com/live page. So I had worn a burgundy color, a deep burgundy color, which many of you liked. We have that color back as well. So here's the next sari, and this is handwork in your matte textured sequins. So take a close look. Handwork, light scallop border, and this fabric is very flowy, very nice, very flowy fabric. And this is the blouse piece. All right. So we're going to move on to our Banarsis, because how can we have a trunk show without our Banarsis? So Banarsi it is next. Okay. Very popular design, and this time in a very fascinating color combination. We typically do the bright jewel tones. We have red, green, and all. This time it's a lighter shade. It's got peach. Sorry, it's got mauve, it's got pink, it's got peach, and there's turquoise. So a very different color combination. And look at this. And with an ivory contrast. And it looks very pretty. A customer recently purchased a warmer tone in this and got a lehenga set done. And we can do all of those as well. So any Shobitam sari can be converted to an anarkali, it can be converted to a lehenga, or a dress too. So here is your next sari. And this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. And this is really stealing my attention. Look at this sari. Look at the beautiful meenakari zari detailing. This is your kadwa weave sari, skirt border. And it comes in a beautiful warm tone of purple, orange selvage for the pop of color. And look at the meenakari buttas and the standout border. Look at it closely. Very beautifully done. It doesn't look like, a weaver has actually woven each one of these motifs separately. It's truly a labor of love if you think about it, because each one of it has been given that attention. That's why it really has that embossed texture. It's come to life because it's a kadwa weave. Individual attention has been given to each of these motifs. So that's the handmade charm of this sari. Another purple, because purple is so popular in Banarsis. Actually, I'm going to show you something different. I'm going to show you a blue. A blue. The last time we had a different shade, like from a light pink to a deep purple gradient. This one is a 14 color gradient. So there are 14 different colors from your grayish blue, and they get darker, deeper to a deep royal blue color. So when you wear it, it's very fascinating because you can see the colors change, and then that's not all. It's finished with a very regal jamawar pallu. So this is your jamawar pallu, completely hand woven. This is your blouse piece, also in your jamawar. And here is the sari. And look at how the sari actually weaves when you wear it. Look at this. Charming, right? So from a light to a deep in a gradual 14 color gradient. Beautiful handwoven beauty. Next one, I'm going to show you 3 tissue saris. Look at this tissue sari in a lovely, like a light mauve, pinkish mauve color. Coin buttas. These are your coin buttas, and look at the multicolor border. Multicolor, very wide, like a 10-inch border, skirt border. And this is your pure handloom tissue sari. So here is the next one. In the interest of time, I'm going to move a little bit fast. Oh, I love this color. I really, really love this because it's tissue. The tissue color is purple and the silk color is gray. So both are very mystical colors, and imagine them coming together. Handloom beauty. This is the skirt border. Look at the gray here. So your gray is the silk, and this mauve purple is your tissue. So very beautiful, and each one reflects its own light. And here is your next sari. Our lace border saris are very popular. The wedding season is here. These these are very versatile. They are beautiful for an evening party. They are perfect for a cocktail party. They're perfect for your weddings. And here is a dusty rose color. And look at this lace border for that quirky contemporary charm. And then you have these Sonarupa buttas. Very pretty charm sari. And then we have so many of these colors because this is a very, very, very popular category on Shobitam. So here is your next sari. Tussar Georgettes. This design has been stealing the show. And this time it's a gray purple, like your heather blue color. And the first half of the sari has your temple zari motifs. You can see it in the pictures. This is the blouse piece. And then look at this. So it just starts out with a lovely floral design. And it's not a very symmetric design. And that's the beauty because it rises, it goes down, and it's got meenakari detailing. So very charming sari. We have this in a few colors. And here is your next sari. The fabric, like I said, is Tussar Georgette. So it combines the best of Tussar, the texture of Tussar, with the fluidity of Georgette. So very beautiful sari. These saris, Tussar Georgette saris have been very popular the last few years. And here is your next sari. I'm going to show you a few more Banarsis. This is your Kora. Kora is your organza, your pure silk organza. And this time it's a lovely deep sea green color. So a blue and a yellow. You won't believe it's like a blue and a yellow because it looks green, but it's because the two colors have come together. Now, teal is a very tricky color. I learned over time that, different people see the same color, perceive the same color differently. To me, this may look as green, but to somebody else, the same thing may look as blue under the same lighting. It's the way our eyes perceive shades. So, and that's the beauty of teal. Some people see green, some people see blue. And here is a beautiful sea green, a deep sea green color. And look at the contrast Kadial border in maroon and florals. The contrast really stands out, and it's got these dainty chundri booties for that little sparkle in them. And this is the top side border. And the beauty of Kora or organza is the crispness. It's that sheer crispness in it that adds that nice charm to that sari. So here is your next sari. Some of you ask, is the sari going to bulk me up? No, it's a very charming fabric. It adds that fairy tale element to you, which is why it's a fabric which is loved not just by Indian women, but by women all over the world. So here is your next sari. And then another Kora sari, this time it's a digital print. We have these saris also in a few colors. These are very popular too. I personally love them. They look very modern and yet they have that Banarsi charm with the zari detailing. So this is your pure Kora organza. The fabric is sheer, it's crisp, and then it's a beautiful muted color. It's like a blush rose, a dusty blush rose color. Look at the florals. These are very nice prints. These are not your tacky prints at all. These are your very elegant prints. And, we are very, very thoughtful about it. And then it comes with your water zari. So a nice, elegant shade of zari, which is neither bright nor dull. So here is your next sari. And like I said, we have them in a few color choices. And then raw silks, because raw silks are always in. And then this is the season for raw silks. And this one is a beautiful chartreuse color, a greenish yellow, silver zari. Not your antique zari. This is your silver zari, very muted. And then they come with contrast blouses. So this one comes with a deep Prussian blue color. And then we have so many more of these different color contrast raw silk saris. Some are the same color and some come with these contrasts. So here is your next sari. The link is being posted. A very, very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining this Shobitam Trunk Show. Yes, we are back after a little break. And we have a fabulous collection of saris today. From our Modal silks, our Mysore silks, our Kanjivarams, Banarsis, and more. So do check out our collection. It's on this page called shobitam.com/live. And yes, there is a special discount for today. The code for today is Thanksgiving. And for those of you from the US who are watching or wondering, oh my God, are the tariffs going to impact me? No. So the prices that you see on the Shobitam website are the final prices that you pay. There are absolutely no hassles, no surprise fees, and no tariffs that are charged to you, the customer. So what you pay upfront is what you pay overall. So you can really, really trust us on that and shop worry-free. Two more Banarsis, actually three more Banarsis before we move on to other categories. This one is your cotton sari, your Banarsi cotton handloom sari with your Jamdani style Meenakari weave. This one has cut work in the back, which means the extra zari threads are actually snipped off. And it's a beautiful grayish blue, a light periwinkle color, very English color. And look at the muted zari work. And this sari drapes, this is the pallu, very fancy pallu. And look at the fabric. And a single layer drapes like this. It's a very pretty sari, looks very elegant. And here, very effortless sari. So here is your next sari. And this is the blouse piece. We didn't show you Georgettes today, or maybe not as many. So here is the beautiful Georgette sari, your Firoza color, your turquoise color. And this one's got small buttas. We've got many, many, many Georgette saris on the Shobitam website, but this one caught my attention. So, sometimes the hardest part for us is actually shortlisting the saris for the trunk show, because you have to, leave out some saris which are there, which we feel like, oh my God, I'm not going to showcase them. It's a hard decision to make. But if the sari has met that bar, it's really pretty. And look at the tassels. So these are the tassels that I was talking about. So all Shobitam pure silks come with these handmade tassels because that is the perfect finish to a sari. So here is a sari in a beautiful Georgette. And look at the buttas, borders, and the fluidity of the fabric. And this is the blouse piece. Okay, just one more Banarsis. I keep thinking I have to move on to the next collection, but the collection is so, so, so pretty. So I'm just going to show you one before we move on to others. Here, look at this. It's a deep purple, like a blue purple. And what I really liked, what really stood out was the buttas. And the buttas are actually outlined using meenakari. So it really has that standout effect to them. And look at the very pretty borders. And then it's a copper tone zari. It's not your bright gold, it's your copper tone zari. This is the pallu. And look at this. Very, very, very charming, very different sari. So it's got orange meena, red meena, and a green meena. So here is your next sari. And now finally, we're going to move on to other categories. Now the next category, it's actually a mixed bag because I just want to give you a flavor of all the different categories that we have. Of course, we can't show you the full list, but I'm just going to show you saris that caught my attention. The Kashmiri sari with ari work. Now these saris are machine embroidered. They're embroidered by artisans in Kashmir. Now, this is not machine embroidery where it's not your computerized machine embroidery. This is your hand machine embroidery. So there's still an artisan, who's actually maneuvering the fabric, doing every motif. So this sari takes days to make because every motif is done. The karigar has to move the fabric around to get these motifs. Different color threads are used, and it's a lovely black. I chose this black, but there are so many other shades. And look at this, it's Georgette. And look at the attention grabbing pallu. Look at this. Really captures the vivid, the scenic beauty of Kashmir in a sari. And then it has small buttas in prominent parts of the sari. And look at the borders. I thought this black looked very nice, very interesting. And then we have other colors as well. And the motifs on the pallu, look at them, how long they are. So that's why I said it's an attention grabber. So here's your next sari. Our Sanganeri prints on Georgette are equally popular. I'm going to show you one. We have many more. Now, the only thing about this is hand done. It goes through a lot of different processes. And when it does, the fabric shrinks a little bit. So what happens is this is not going to be a regular 44-inch sari, but maybe a couple inch less wide. So if you're on the taller side, the sari may not be for you. Well, actually, the sari can be for you. All you have to do is put a little note there, and what we'll do is we'll attach a fall in the beginning of the sari to give you that length to tuck in that sari. The rest of the sari doesn't need the extra width. So here is your sari, and we have them in so many beautiful prints. This one caught my attention because we've not showcased a similar print in a trunk show before. And this is your classic Jaipuri print. And this is your fluid, very sheer Georgette fabric. Look at this. You can see closely that this is actually handmade. Look at this. So every section between these two dots is a block. It's actually 3 blocks, 1 block for every color. So there's a green, there's a black for an outline, and there's a red. So there are 3 blocks that are actually stamped one after the other to give this fit. And here is the sari. Look at this. And this is the pallu. Very lightweight, very effortless. Here is a fusion sari. So this was a fusion sari I talked about during the previous trunk show, but we could never showcase it. I'm going to show you this beauty now. This sari is a half and half. The first half of the sari is your ikat. Look at the ikat in raw silk. And then you have this Banarsi brocade black in the front, a mustard in the back. So this is your pleats area. And then you have this Gachi silk with bandhani on the top. Look at this. And the same border continues, black in the front, mustard in the back. And look at this dazzling pallu. Look at this dazzling pallu. Very different because the sari has been put together. It cannot be replicated. It really cannot be replicated. And there is one more beautiful element to the sari. It's blouse piece. And the blouse piece has kantha work. And then it is finished with the same borders so that it blends with the sari. So here is your next sari. And a few more. We showed you our Mangalgiris, but we didn't show you our Mangalgiris with your Tanjo style print on them. So these are screen prints, and this is your Tanjo style. We have the Annapakshi design. This one is like your Royal Elephant design. Take a look at this. So your Royal Elephant procession design. Look at the elephant Buddhas. And we have them in very beautiful prints, like I said, from your lotus prints, your pitchwise, your peacocks, Annapakshi to your elephants. Hand painted beauties. I'm going to show you two. We have many, many more. Now, these are all artisanal handmade saris. And guess what? This is also designed in house. And guess what the motif is? Your nostalgic auto. This is your auto rickshaw motif design. I know. And truly an attention grabber. And mustard base. This is your shimmer georgette fabric. It comes with these motifs in the pallu. And so for that quirky charm, at the same time, it's very aesthetic, it's very flowy, and look at the matching tassels. So very thoughtfully done sari. Let me show you closely. So here is your next sari. And here is something more traditional. This is your hand-painted sari, but this one comes with your kolam motif or your rangoli motif. And this is a black and your white pulli kolam or your dots kolam. Look at this. Very intricately done. I don't think I can paint something as extensive as this and this precisely without making mistakes. And it comes in a black. This is the pallu. This is the pallu. So here is your next sari, and this is the design in the front, in the chest area. Here. So this is your front, and here, sorry. So this is your pallu. So the front is plain, and here is the, actually I was right. So this is your front with your kolam design, and here is the pallu. Three more saris before we wrap up today's show. These saris are just in. So we have the semi-tussar saris, and then we also have the semi-kora saris with tissue. They look very expensive. They look like they are, hand-loom pure tissue, but these are actually semi. And look at this closely. It looks very regal. It looks like your thin Maheshwari sari, but it's not a pure one, and it's listed as a semi sari, and then it's got tissue work on it. And we have them in so many different colors. It really, really looks very charming. Next one is your shibori, and this time it's got the the kachi border. This is pure tussar, lightweight tussar, and shibori, just like the the waves in a desert. And look at the sari, it comes in a brick red color, and it's got this kutch work done all over the border. So very different sari, very unique sari. Here is a pallu. Now the sari may have a few, I wouldn't say stains, but maybe like light smudges, little blotches, and that's very, very characteristic because the sari is completely handmade. Okay. So I showed you a black tissue sari. We have a white. So I just wanted to show you both. There's a black and then there's a white. And then these saris, the very, very popular saris with your tiki work. This time it's an off-white with golden tiki work. This is your mull cotton. And then these tassels really complete the look. Last but not the least is our hand-painted sari. We did this sari before and we're doing it again. So this is your beautiful sari that shows the city of joy. So it really represents Kolkata, all the beautiful nostalgic elements, the cultural richness of the city, the architecture of the city. Look at this. And this is your Narayan Pet cotton base fabric and a very, very, very rich, completely hand-painted pallu. And celebrates, the variety of our Indian textile art, from our weaves to our paintings to our embroideries. Really, there's so much going on. And this is the final sari of the day. Again, thank you so much to everyone who joined in. It really means a lot to us. And Thank you for being there. Your support over the years, really counts. And for those of you who joined late, the special trunk show had, featured collection of Mysore silks, Modal silks, and of course our favorites. And then there's a special code that you can use today. The code for today is is Thanksgiving, which will apply not just to the products that I'm showcasing in the trunk show today, but it's a site-wide coupon that you can use. And I also wholeheartedly want to thank our team. It's not easy. I know it's not easy to put so many products together under such a short period of time, but every time they make it happen. So a huge shout out to the entire team. I also really want to thank Prashant. I want to thank Prabhu because it's very late in the night here, but they are here with me, helping me out and making this trunk show possible. So thanks to both of you. Thanks to both of you. Thank you. So just say hi. And on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off. Until next time. So it's going to be Thanksgiving next week. We won't have a trunk show next week. Hope everyone has a lovely Thanksgiving. And I want to extend that note of gratitude to all of you. Our patrons, our supporters, our well wishers, our heartfelt, thanks to all of you for being there. And on that note, it's me finally signing off.